Hey guys, what's going on today? I want to talk about the Mac Mini, which is Apple's most affordable entry into the Mac world, if you want the Mac OS. But let's talk about it. Is it a good buy? If it is, which model should you buy? And I'm going to cover all that in a practical, easy to understand manner. I'm not going to use a bunch of jargon. I'm going to make it so you understand it. I'm also going to give it a bit of a grade using a little bit of a scorecard I created here. So as you can see, I'm going to, based on style, performance, build quality, value, the ports, and repairability, upgradability. So let's dive right into it. So this year you get two models, two processors. That is, you can get the i3, which is quad core, which is respectable considering the last Mac Mini only had dual core, or you can get the 6-core 8th generation i7, which is actually a pretty nice processor. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. So that's pretty good. It's going to come standard with the Intel UHD 6 Graphics 630, which are slightly better than Intel UHD Graphics 620, which are respectable. You can do some moderate video editing. You can run Adobe. It's not going to play games. This is not for games. And then it's going to standard with 8 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, 2666 megahertz. So the base model is going to range $799, and then if you do want to bump up to the 6-core 8th generation i7, it's going to be $1099. That's going to get you the i7, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigabytes SSD storage. Now, the storage is also not upgradable, so keep that in mind. What you buy is what you're going to get unless you decide to use external storage, which to me, it's not that fun. I wouldn't recommend it just because it's always going to be a lot better when it's installed in the primary system. So this here, I would kind of stay away from this altogether. I think if you were going to get this one, I think B&H Photo, they're selling the 2014 Mac Mini with a terabyte Fusion drive. It's a dual core, and honestly, it's gonna be about the same. Obviously it's gonna be less performance, but I just don't think 120 gigabytes is gonna be enough storage. And then if you bump up, you're looking at $1,000. So I would just stay away from this altogether. Now this is one I would get. I would get 6-core 8th gen, and then if you can afford 16 gigabytes, I would upgrade for $200, honestly, because it is possible to upgrade the storage. The RAM, not the storage. The RAM is upgradable, even though it's very difficult. So, going to need some tools and some know-how on that. But overall, it's doable though. So, but I think for $200, 8 gigs, it's not terrible. So I'd probably get that one, and then I probably. I don't know. 256 is what I have on most of my devices. It works fine. If you got to store a lot of photos and not use the cloud, get the 512. But now you're looking at 1699. So I would probably get this one. And then if you need the gigabit internet, Ethernet, it's $100. I guess you can decide if you need that. And then it's going to ask you if you want Final Cut Pro, blah blah. So if you look at the benchmarks on the 2018 Mac Mini, obviously you can see that even the lowest model, that 4-core 3.6 i3, it's going to be faster than the i7, which is quad core. But no way. Sorry, this is late 2012. This is when before they took away the quad core and went to the dual core in 2014, which was a disappointment. So this one here, this is one I was talking about. I think B&H is selling for $549 or something cheap like that. Honestly, it's not a big deal because you would get i7, 8 gigs, and a terabyte of Fusion drive, which, this machine is going to be good for most. But that's why I'm saying, for $1,000, I would just skip this altogether, because if you look at the performance boost on the i5 and i7s, which I don't even think Apple has the i5 as an option anymore. They're only selling the i7 online. So Not sure what happened to the i5, but it's no longer on Apple's website. So interesting. But 24,000, that's pretty good. Obviously, I think the graphics card is going to hold you back. Not having a dedicated one. Obviously, you can get the eGPU and all that, but that's going to cost you a lot of money. That's going to be more money. We'll take a look at the tech specs real quick. Like I said, you get the 8 gigabytes. You can get 16, 32, 64. Video support. You can get up to 3 displays. So it does have Thunderbolt 3. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to see. So you're going to get Ethernet. You get your power cable. Thunderbolt 3 looks like you're getting 4 of those. So that's pretty awesome. And then you're going to get your HDMI cable and your USB 3, and you're going to get your headphone jacks, which I don't know what Apple is still using those, but they must have had some laying around, so they're like, oh, we'll stick in the Mac Mini. So that's pretty good. And then beyond that, that's pretty much what you're going to get. I mean, my final recommendation. Let's go and put some some grades on this and explain it a little bit. So style, I think it looks great. I think they did a great job. It's a classic Mac Mini style. Gonna give it 20 points. Performance. So let's talk about the one I would buy. It's gonna be a nice machine. It's gonna run just fine. It's gonna obviously not game. It's gonna be no heavy photo editing because there's no graphics card option unless you go with the eGPU. But we can't really calculate that in here because that's that's gonna be $600-700 on top of what you're already spending. So I'm gonna give that I'm gonna give it like a 15. I don't think I haven't read too many issues with it overheating. Usually Apple is pretty good about it, but imagine if you do use it a lot and you do run heavy tasks for a while, it may throttle. So keep that in mind. Build quality, I think it's well built. It's gonna be durable. Looks nice. It's gonna be the aluminum casing. I believe they use aluminum. So I've always loved the Mac Mini build quality. I think it's solid. So I'm gonna give that I'm gonna give it like a 19. Value. I don't think it's a great value. I think it, $999 for a base model with 120 gigabytes of storage. I think there are better options out there. I think the iMac are much better options. We'll talk about that another day if you guys want to. So this is where I have to give it an 8 just because it's just not a great value. Unless you bought it on sale for $300-400 off, then it might be a different story. Good amount of ports. Really happy with that. So gotta give it 10. Repairability, upgradability. Some of the parts are going to be repairable, but the obviously the hard drive is not going to be because it's going to be soldered on there. So like always, Apple, it's going to get 5 for me. So overall, you can see it's going to get a 77 out of 100, which is a C+. So that's my recommendation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys like this kind of video where it's easy, practical, and it's good for every consumer like you guys, go ahead and like the video and hit that subscribe button as well. And I will bring you more videos in the future. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day.